Hello everyone. Welcome to Samvad. Samvad is collaborative dialogue between SCIL and institute heads. Today we have with us Professor Sujit Phunde sir. Welcome sir. He is head of corporate relations and training and placements for MIT EDT University and associate professor of mechanical engineering, having a wide experience of 25 years, 10 years in academics and 15 years in industry. So, sir, being in constantly touch with industry, you must have got very insights about the industry. So, sir, we would like to know what was those insights and what students must know about those things so they can be industry ready.
Actually, this is very important question, and when we are grooming the students, every student must understand what are the requirements when they go in industry. So, when a student is entering in industry, basically what happens when you are entering in the professional zone, first he has been given appointment letter. That appointment letter is contract between industry and the individual. He will be paid for certain services that he will be imparting to the company, and in return, company will give him some remuneration and he has to work according to that. This understanding is very, very important. A person going in industry is accountable for delivery. So the first very important point for a student to understand that he needs to deliver and he should be competent enough to deliver whatever he is required to deliver. So there exactly the requirement of competency comes. So student need to understand the requirements of competency basically when he is aspiring for some professionalism. So at that side, when you will be going into the professional arena, the need of the professional world is basically the requirement of competency and you need to stand to the requirement. If you are not there, companies will train you for that particular thing. When you get into the company, there are four basic factors company look towards to you. The first one is cost. You are budgeted for certain salary and you need to pay back for that. And you need to perhaps pay little more than that. Cost is very, very important factor and they need to understand that yes, this is very important as an accountable person, not only commitment. Commitment is a very small word. Accountability goes one step further. The person is accountable for whatever he is paid for. This obligation he needs to understand. Second very important thing is time. The second important thing what he needs to understand is the importance of the time. The time is money. When you are working in the company, if you waste one single moment, you'll be wasting the money of the company. If you are not sincere for the time, if you do not respect the times of the other, you are not professionals. The third very important thing is quality. If you deliver something, but the delivery is not of certain standards, certain repute, that is not up to the mark what superiors are expecting. That means that delivery is not very of good quality. So that quality needs to be understood. And the fourth very important dimension that is coming, especially in manufacturing industries, is safety. You need to be safe because when you are working in the company, of course, somebody at home is waiting for you. Company wants you to be safe when you are working and company wants you to observe that others who are working along with you are also safe. So these are four attributes very, very important when you go in a professional zone. When you will be growing, you will be going from your lower level to the senior levels. And when you will be reaching the hierarchies of your designations, automatically certain qualities will get inculcated, induced within you, and those will automatically come when you will be working and you will be getting experience from your subordinates and superiors also. When you are working at lower level, you are working in the technical zone. So you should be very, very good in technical competencies. When you go into layer of middle management, you basically have both the sides to look at. You look at the technical side also, and you also look at the leadership side. So you have to manage the things. So you should be good manager. So you emerge a bit more than the first layer and you get into the managerial strata. And when from managerial, that means middle management, you go to the top. That means you are competent enough to handle big lot of manpower, big responsibilities, big stake of the company. So you need to have the leadership qualities. In fact, when you are in the zone of professionalism, you need to be good at all three things. You need to have three qualities, that means technical qualities,
Yes.
managerial qualities, and leadership qualities. So I think these are the few of the expectations I immediately remember from the that side of the professional world.
I guess that is going to be really helpful for the students. And see, even with the SCIL, sir, we are giving them a aptitude training. So, sir, I would like to know from you, what do you feel, according to you, what are the significance of aptitude?
Actually, we'll have to understand really the significance of aptitude. Aptitude essentially is the tool in the hands of HR to scrutinize the first level of the students so that you can enter into the next level of interview, GD, and other selection rounds. Many times it happens that the aptitude, what you say, logical abilities, reasoning abilities, analytical, verbal abilities, those are also clubbed with technical abilities. So these technical abilities along with aptitudes are also the mode of aptitude test nowadays. What happens when you are completing your engineering, basically when you are completing your curriculum, you have been given, you have been imparted the skills, the trainings, the education to solve the problems. But it is not essentially told to you how quickly you can solve the problem. When you will be dealing in the industries, you will be dealing in the distress situations, you will be dealing in the panic modes. You have to work in a pressure, and those times are very hard time for you, and company would like to know that can you work in these times, the difficult times, and how quickly you can solve the problems, how you can apply your minds, how quickly you can take the decisions, and are these decisions adequately correct, if not completely correct. Because if you do not take correct decisions at correct time, then there will be tremendous damage and it will bring tremendous losses to the company. So basically, companies would like to know how quickly, how correctly, within limited time you can solve the problems. Even you can solve the problem, that is not sufficient. In engineering examinations, enough time is given for you to solve your question papers. Of engineering examinations, 3 hours is more than sufficient. But if you see the structure of aptitude test, basically, you see there are around 100 or 200 questions. Those are been to be solved within the range of 60 minutes or 1 hour. And that's exactly, even those are easy questions. Those are not difficult, but the time limit is very important. And you have to think very quickly. So this is a competency, how quickly you can think, how correctly you can think, and how can you apply your mind to solve the problem. Basically, when you come to the engineering side, engineering is basically the ability to reason out the things. Apply your mind, and if you can't apply your mind, that means you can't solve the problems. So aptitude is gauging, calibrating, and assessing your abilities to quickly, correctly apply your mind. It is very important that you have taken very right step. And when you will be imparting the training, I think this one dimension which might be, I'll say, missing, will be complemented and it will be complied very
So
adequately.
definitely.
So that's,
So
I thought
that
I will
was
bring.
really wonderful insight, and that is going to be really helpful for the student to know.
Okay.
It was thank you so much, sir, for coming. It was pleasure to have you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks.